Hello everyone, welcome back to Relax History AI. They were the spiritual flame of the revolution, the architects of a nation in its infancy. George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, John Adams, Benjamin Franklin, along with many other great figures, helped shape the United States through intellect, vision, and unwavering courage. Based on official historical sources, professional restoration tools, and advanced AI technology, their faces now return, lifelike and strikingly real. On the occasion of Independence Day, this video is a heartfelt tribute and remembrance of the Founding Fathers who laid the foundation for the birth of the United States. Now, sit back, relax, and enjoy the video.
Number 1.
George Washington, 1732–1799, began as a Virginia planter and rose to lead the Continental Army from 1775 to 1783, guiding the fight for independence. As the first President of the United States from 1789 to 1797, he laid the nation's foundation: peaceful transfer of power, term limits, and neutral foreign policy. Though honored as the father of his country, his ownership of enslaved people remains a lasting contradiction. The cherry tree tale, though fictional, shaped his legacy of honesty.
Number 2.
Thomas Jefferson, 1743–1826, was born into Virginia aristocracy and became a brilliant Enlightenment thinker and statesman. He wrote the Declaration of Independence in 1776, capturing the eternal pursuit of liberty. As the first Secretary of State, from 1790 to 1793, he helped shape early American foreign policy. Later, as the third president, from 1801 to 1809, he doubled the nation's size with the Louisiana Purchase. He died on July 4th, 1826, exactly 50 years after the Declaration was adopted, leaving behind a luminous yet deeply complex legacy.
Number 3.
John Adams, 1735–1826, was one of America's great founding fathers, born in Massachusetts, known for his sharp intellect and commitment to the rule of law. He served as the first vice president from 1789 to 1797 under George Washington and became the second president from 1797 to 1801. A skilled diplomat, he helped negotiate peace with Britain after the Revolution. He died on July 4th, 1826, exactly 50 years after the Declaration of Independence, just hours after Thomas Jefferson.
Number 4.
Benjamin Franklin, 1706. 1790 was one of the most versatile and influential founding fathers. Rising from a printer to a scientist, philosopher, diplomat, and statesman, he played a major role in drafting both the Declaration of Independence and the U.S. Constitution. He is famous for his experiments with electricity, Enlightenment ideals, and his vital role in securing French support during the Revolution. Franklin died in 1790, leaving a brilliant legacy of reason, liberty, and civic responsibility.
Number 5.
Alexander Hamilton, 1755 or 1757 to 1804, was a founding father of the United States who rose from humble origins in the Caribbean. A close aide to George Washington during the Revolution, he played a key role in drafting the Constitution and was the principal author of the Federalist Papers. As the first Secretary of the Treasury, from 1789 to 1795, he established the foundations of the American financial system. His life ended tragically in a duel with Aaron Burr, but his legacy endures in law, institutions, and economic policy.
Number 6.
James Madison, 1751. 1836, a brilliant statesman with a modest frame but immense intellect, is honored as the father of the U.S. Constitution. He was the chief architect of the Constitution of 1787, a driving force behind the Bill of Rights, and co-author of the Federalist Papers. As the fourth president, from 1809 to 1817, he led the nation through the War of 1812. Though he laid the foundation for American liberty, his ownership of enslaved people remains a profound contradiction in his legacy.
Number 7.
John Jay, 1745. 1829, was a brilliant, yet often overlooked founding father. A co-author of the Federalist Papers, he strongly supported a robust federal government. As the first Chief Justice of the Supreme Court, from 1789 to 1795, he laid the groundwork for the U.S. judiciary. As Secretary of State, he negotiated the Jay Treaty in 1794, helping to avert war with Britain. As governor of New York, he pushed for the gradual abolition of slavery in 1799. He died in 1829, leaving a lasting legacy in law and diplomacy.
Number 8.
Gouverneur Morris, 1752. 1816, was a key architect of the U.S. Constitution, known for his eloquence and sharp writing. He authored much of the Constitution of 1787, including its iconic preamble, "We the People." As a senator, and later as a diplomat to France during the French Revolution, he defended American interests with firm conviction. He died in 1816, leaving a lasting legacy in constitutional design and American foreign relations.
Number 9.
Roger Sherman, 1721–1793, a quiet yet great founding father, was the only person to sign all 4 key founding documents: the Continental Association of 1774, the Declaration of Independence, the Articles of Confederation, and the Constitution of 1787. Rising from a shoemaker to a self-taught lawyer, he proposed the Connecticut Compromise, resolving tensions between large and small states. Though offered a seat on the Supreme Court, he declined due to age. He died in 1793, remembered as a master negotiator who helped stitch the nation together.
Number 10.
Charles Pinckney, 1757–1824, was one of the youngest and most influential founding fathers from South Carolina. In his early 30s, he played a key role at the Constitutional Convention of 1787, with many of his proposals incorporated into the final Constitution. He served 3 terms as governor of South Carolina, was a U.S. senator, and later minister to Spain. Though a slaveholder, he supported expanding political rights for poor white men. He died in 1824, leaving behind a legacy both progressive and contradictory.
Number 11.
George Mason, 1725–1792, a profound political thinker from Virginia, was the principal author of the Virginia Declaration of Rights in 1776, which laid the groundwork for the future Bill of Rights. Though he owned enslaved people, he strongly opposed slavery and walked away from the 1787 Constitutional Convention because the final document lacked protections for individual liberty and permitted the institution. Refusing all federal appointments, he retired to Gunston Hall. Mason died in 1792, leaving a legacy of high ideals and moral contradictions.
Number 12.
Richard Henry Lee, 1732–1794, a steadfast revolutionary from Virginia, introduced the Lee Resolution on June 7, 1776, the first formal call for American independence. He served as president of the Continental Congress and later as a U.S. senator, known for his powerful oratory and opposition to centralized federal power. A vocal critic of the Constitution of 1787, he helped spur the adoption of the Bill of Rights. Declining a cabinet position under Washington, he died in 1794, leaving a democratic legacy grounded in liberty and vigilance.
Number 13. Samuel
Adams, 1722–1803, known as the father of the American Revolution, helped spark anti-British sentiment in Massachusetts. He founded the Sons of Liberty, led the Boston Tea Party in 1773, and established the Committees of Correspondence to unify the colonies. A sharp political thinker, he published essays demanding liberty. Though born into wealth, he lived simply and stayed close to the people. He later served as governor of Massachusetts from 1794 to 1797. He died in 1803, leaving behind the legacy of a fierce and principled patriot.
Number 14.
Elbridge Gerry, 1744. 1814, a complex founding father from Massachusetts, signed the Declaration of Independence, but refused to sign the Constitution of 1787 due to the absence of a Bill of Rights. As governor, he approved a redistricting law that gave rise to the term gerrymandering, the manipulation of voting districts for political advantage. Serving as vice president under James Madison from 1813 to 1814. He died in office, becoming the first U.S. vice president to do so. He left a legacy both principled and controversial.
Number 15.
Thomas Paine, 1737–1809, an English-born revolutionary writer, authored Common Sense in 1776, which sold over 500,000 copies and ignited the call for independence during a time of colonial crisis. In the midst of war, he inspired many with the American crisis, opening with the famous line, "These are the times that try men's souls." He defended the French Revolution in the rights of man, and narrowly escaped execution for opposing the king's death. Later shunned for the Age of Reason, he died in 1809, leaving a global legacy of progressive thought.
Number 16.
James Wilson, 1742–1798, a Scottish-born legal architect of the United States, was one of only 6 men to sign both the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution. At the Constitutional Convention of 1787, he was the second most active speaker, strongly supporting federal power and popular sovereignty. As one of the first Supreme Court justices, he helped lay the foundation of the American legal system. In later years, Wilson fell into debt, lived in exile, and died in 1798, leaving a brilliant yet tragic legal legacy.
Number 17.
Patrick Henry, 1736–1799, known as the voice of the American Revolution, was Virginia's most powerful orator and one of the signers of the Declaration of Independence. His famous speech, ending with the line, "Give me liberty or give me death," delivered in 1775, became a rallying cry against British rule. As the first governor of Virginia, He opposed the Stamp Act and later refused to attend the Constitutional Convention of 1787, fearing excessive federal power. He died in 1799, leaving a legacy of freedom and unwavering resistance.
Number 18.
George Wythe, 1726. 1806, a distinguished founding father from Virginia, was a signer of the Declaration of Independence and the first judge of Virginia's High Court of Chancery. He became America's first law professor and mentored future leaders like Thomas Jefferson, John Marshall, and Henry Clay. A vocal opponent of slavery, he freed his enslaved people late in life. He died in 1806, leaving behind a legacy of legal scholarship, education, and moral integrity at the heart of the early American Republic.
Number 19.
Francis Hopkinson, 1737. 1791, a multi-talented founding father from New Jersey, signed the Declaration of Independence and is credited with designing the first American flag in 1777. He served as the first federal judge for Pennsylvania and was also a composer and satirical artist. Anecdotes say he used witty songs to mock British troops and rally public spirit. He died suddenly in 1791, leaving a legacy that blended creativity, legal thought, and revolutionary fervor.
Number 20.
Henry Knox, 1750. 1806, Chief of Artillery for the Continental Army, was one of George Washington's most trusted officers, a self-taught bookseller. He led the daring transport of cannons from Fort Ticonderoga to Boston in 1775 and commanded artillery in key battles like Trenton in 1776 and Yorktown in 1781. As the first Secretary of War from 1785 to 1794, he helped shape the structure of the U.S. military. Knox died in 1806, leaving a lasting legacy of military leadership and unwavering loyalty to the young republic. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't hesitate to share it with your friends and hit subscribe so you won't miss our next exciting content.